Hello and welcome to Business Incorporated. We're live for you from Lagos. I am Bosin Amafai. Let's spend the lunchtime together on the program today. The International Monetary Fund tasked South Africa to quickly implement reforms that will restore confidence in the economy. And we're taking a look at the latest Africa's mobile subscription forecast report from Ericsson, talking about expanding the subscription evolution on the continent to 310 million by the year 2023. And the conversation continues over Nigeria's 2018 budget, this time from the capital market. Let's get started. We're looking at the continental stock markets in Africa as we speak. South Africa and Nigeria, two of the largest markets in the water, but they intraday at the Egyptian market is positive. The same story. South Africa, the GSE is down about 0.3% at noontime. North of the continent, looking at intraday, more than 1% on the EGX 30, the main index. So you can see how the numbers were stacking together about an hour and a half ago. Kenya, for the Wednesday market, about 0.5% in the green. Let's go on to the Middle East, where most of the GCC equities markets are trending higher intraday Thursday, except in Saudi Arabia, where concerns are growing about the impact of the country's anti-corruption investigation appearing to be hitting the Tadawul. And you can see the Saudi stock market there, less than 7,000, down about 0.2%. Dubai financial markets gained about 1% as a real estate developers, which sank earlier this week on the face of the Saudi probe, is now turning north. In Abu Dhabi, the market edged up 0.16%, and in Qatar, the index is also up almost 0.37% in the afternoon this Thursday. A very decent day across the GCC there. Let's head straight, therefore, to Europe, where the stock market is mixed as we speak. Investors are monitoring a slew of corporate earnings from Siemens to Rolls-Royce and a few of others. This is part of the conversation today. Let's cross over to my colleague at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, Daniel Koop, who's on the ground at the exchange. It's good to see you, Daniel. Let's get to the final weeks of 2017. What do you consider, what do you think the key defining issues are for investors as we wrap up the final 5, 6, 7 weeks of 2017?
Hi there, Bosen. Good to see you again, and hello from Frankfurt. There are many issues that are moving investors now in the final weeks of this year, and I guess all what you just mentioned kind of plays into that. First, when we talk here about the Frankfurt trading perspective, I guess you can see it in the background. The blue chip index DAX again struggling today. Also, this is coming after 9 blue chip index DAX companies opened their books today, presented their earnings for the third quarter of this year. You mentioned Siemens, Volkswagen, Deutsche Post, also ProSiebenSat.1, a huge media company here in Germany with numbers that didn't really impress investors today. We have seen shares of ProSiebenSat.1 falling today by more than 10%. Also still a very big topic here for investors because it seems that the DAX is still struggling with this 13,500 point mark. Investors really want to have a stable blue chip index DAX by the end of the year. Of course, when you talk about stable conditions, we have to talk again about Spain and the ongoing Catalonia conflict as well. For traders, it's really important that this situation there also gets again more stable. And of course, Donald Trump, still very unpredictable. We just got the IFO report this week coming in with many companies and many investors saying that Donald Trump really this year has been bad for business.
Well, it's been bad for business, but again, we're close to the year-end holiday, Daniel, and everyone is going to start going shopping. So the holiday deals are there, whether you're taking a very cheap a flight across Europe to find a destination where you can lounge around in the sun and have some nice time there, or you're doing online shopping on Amazon. How is it looking like in terms of the hospitality, the travel and shopping businesses for year-end holiday deals?
Yeah, Christmas season is about to start very soon. The Christmas market here in front of the stock exchange is going to open again with a very famous Glühwein that Germans always really much appreciate. And when you go to the stores here in Germany, you can see, you know, a gingerbread, a Christmas decoration, all about that to start. Just to tell you, this week they already installed the big Christmas tree here in Frankfurt. But, you know, of course, talking business-wise, this is the most important time for businesses in Germany, probably all around the world. Mostly the electronic sector will again benefit. Just Apple, for example, with the Apple iPhone X that you know, was just released now on November 3rd. Apple here in Germany and Europe is expecting a really boost with this phone. Of course, this is again a time that makes it very hard, you know, for traditional shops that used to be more famous. You know, when I was a child, those traditional shops, you know, where parents would go to buy their Christmas presents for their kids. Right now, it's all about electronics. So those traditional stores really have a hard time, also because, of course, the online shopping has been going up tremendously in the last years. And you mentioned it. I guess you can pretty much find everywhere good deals, also good travel deals. I just saw a cruise ship offer over Christmas earlier today. So this is really this time of the year where you know, everybody tries to get as much money from customers.
I think we're going to have a lot of notes to compare for this holiday season. But we have a lot to talk about the economic data tomorrow on the show. Daniel, let's hang it in there for today. We thank you so much for your time. Let's leave it there. Tomorrow, let's continue the conversation at the same time.